Hey guys, welcome back to another new video. Today we are going back over the haunting tales behind famous artworks. We are going over 4 today. Don't subscribe just yet. I will earn your subscription by the end of this video. Don't leave a like just yet. Watch the video all the way through, and if you actually like the video by the end, make sure to leave a like. That lets me know that you want to see more just like this. Alright? Let's dive right in to story number 1, The Rain Woman. This creepy painting was made in 1996 by a Ukrainian artist named I'm so sorry. As the painting is called, Rain Woman, there was a woman standing in the rain, but this woman's features are distorted and elongated. She is wearing all black, I think that's a lot of teenagers nowadays, and is wearing a long, wide-brimmed hat that extends to the edges of the frame. It has an eerie feeling to it, but the alleged lingering effects on its owners have led people to believe that this very painting is cursed. As like all paintings that we have talked about so far. Now, according to the website The Ghost in My Machine, certain people who come across this painting of the Rain Woman have felt compelled to buy this piece, and those who do purchase it and bring it home begin to experience a litany of things such as insomnia, nightmares, misfortune, and the feeling of being watched. Owners of the Rain Woman painting have also reported seeing or hearing someone moving within their home. But this is a rare thing to happen. But a very creepy one as well. Like the artist of this painting would even go on to say in a local newspaper 6 months before she would create this painting that she felt like somebody was always watching her. Then when she would begin creating the piece, she felt as if someone was behind it, using her as a tool. It would take her about 5 hours to complete the painting, but she would say that it felt that somebody else was controlling her hand and not her. The first buyer of this painting would return it to the artist, claiming that she just couldn't sleep, and it felt like somebody was in her apartment. The second buyer would also return this painting, saying that the woman in the painting was plaguing his dreams. He would say, "Every night she appears and follows me like a shadow." In 2008, a band member of Zimlane named Sergey would buy this piece and keep it for a couple of years before his wife would throw it away. They were arguing a lot more than usual. Death and the Child. Edvard Munch is the creator of this next painting, which many people believe is haunted. It shows a little girl that discovered her mother, dead in a bed. When people look at this painting, people have claimed that the eyes of the child would follow them as they move about, but this could be explained off as a fairly common painting technique. Many consider this painting to be haunted due to what happened to the painter. This person wrote for Google Arts and Culture. Edvard Munch had to grapple with death from a very young age, as his mother would pass when he was just 6 years old. His sister would pass just a little bit later, and when his father passed in 1889, Munch would fall into a deep personal crisis. Towards the end of his life, he wrote about his childhood. "My home was the home of illness and death. I have never gotten over the calamity there. It has also influenced my art." Themes of death and grief are pervasive in Munch's art, but something about this painting is widely regarded to be one of his most searing portrayals of grief. The painting solely focuses on the little girl's pain, and for some viewers, the painting is just too much for them to handle. Man proposes, God disposes. 2 decades after Sir John Franklin's expedition was lost on its way to the Northwest Passage, artist Edwin Landseer would unveil his painting called Man Proposes, God Disposes. which depicts the aftermath of the Lost Franklin expedition as two polar bears tear into the crew's remains. Currently, the painting is on display at Royal Holloway University of London, where there is a tradition of covering the painting during exams. According to the BBC, many students believe that looking at the painting will cause them to fail the exam or even drive them mad. The superstitious practice came about due to an urban legend that claimed in the 1970s a student who looked at the painting felt compelled to commit herself during her exam. Allegedly, after staring into the polar bear's eyes, the student would fall into a trance-like state of madness and would etch into her paper, "The polar bears made me do it." Let's get this right. This has never happened. But this urban legend would spread and would lead to a ritual of covering the painting during exams. Given that the painting depicts a horrifically gruesome historical tragedy, and that it had been completed while Sir Franklin's wife was still alive. And finally, our last story, Pogo the Clown. I'm pretty sure you've heard of this one, and you might have seen it, but do you know the story behind it? If not, let's talk about it. Let's unravel its story. John Wayne Gacy was one of the worst serial killers in American history and was known as the Killer Clown due to the fact he performed as Pogo the Clown during the day, but at night, he prowled the streets of Chicago looking for young men to prey on and eventually kill. John's first kill was by mistake, but who really believes a serial killer piece of shit? Really? I mean, seriously. He would say this mistake gave him a mind-numbing O that he described as the ultimate thrill. This first kill would spark a 6-year-long killing spree, and by the time he was caught, he would have killed 33 victims. John would also create a series of paintings that would range from images of Walt Disney's Seven Dwarfs and portraits of Elvis to landscapes and illustrations of Jesus Christ. None of his other paintings would come off more terrifying than his self-portrait, Pogo the Clown. This painting, right here, depicts him in his daytime clown costume. A musician in 2001, Mickey Stone, would purchase this piece John Wayne Gacy created for $3,000, but would quickly try to get rid of it by lending it to a friend to store it after his dog would pass away and his mother was diagnosed with cancer. But after the friend he lent the painting to would say that his neighbor died in a car crash soon afterwards. A second friend attempted to commit themselves after offering to keep the painting. Stone would say that he just wants to get rid of the Pogo the Clown painting in 2005. Zach Bagans, who owns and operates his own haunted museum, would take this painting and set it in his museum along with many other serial killer belongings, such as Jeffrey Dahmer's glasses, Charles Manson's hospital gown and bones, and worst of all, John Wayne Gacy's brain. And that is gonna do it. That is 4 artwork pieces that are believed to be haunted. If you enjoyed this video and you want to see more just like this, make sure to leave a like if you actually watched the video all the way through and you did like it. And if I did earn your subscription, make sure to subscribe. We're on our way to 100 subscribers, and as I am recording, I'm at 84. And I have a big surprise as soon as we get to 100 subscribers. But yeah, that's gonna do it. I hope you enjoyed this video. And yeah, I hope to see you guys next time.